Well, guys, yeah, great to be with you. By the way, excited to have this partnership. It's going to be fantastic. I got to tell you, the first play when Hibbert tries to go to Ings, you kind of like that because you thought that the connection was going to carry over from last year. It looks like they're trying to force it. You get the touchdown, takes a little bit longer than maybe some overbettors would like. Closed at 95.5. But right now, the Brigade got a lot of money. It closed at a pick after opening up. They were about a 3-point dog. So a lot of bettors on the Baltimore Brigade. They got to like that opening possession. What's going on, guys? Jonathan Von Tobel here. So I heard you talking early in the first quarter the total. Well, the total actually opened up 98.5 out here, got all the way up to 108.5. You got to like the pace that they're playing at right now, especially with Baltimore. The special teams have been phenomenal, getting short fields, easy scores, and quick scores. So overbettors like that. Brigade also got a lot of action. We're a 3-point underdog. They closed as a pick, so all you got to do is get a win if you bet on the Baltimore Brigade. Bettors have to like what they're seeing if they bet the Baltimore Brigade and the over thus far.
All right, thank you very much. That is a great point.
Yeah, you know it, guys. You mentioned it there, getting closer and closer to that total in terms of the over. I want to say, though, there's something to note here that I think people should keep an eye on in terms of the total. We've had 2 missed extra points thus far. You want every single point possible, so that's something to keep an eye on as we approach the end of the game and the total. And by the way, something else to keep an eye on, we talked about the returns for the Brigade. How about the special teams overall, just pinning the Valor back deep every single time? So something to keep an eye on there as we approach the home stretch here. Yeah, guys, you got that right. So the opening total, 95.5. We're officially over that one. There's a couple more hurdles to cross, though. One, the opening line was the Valor -3. So if you laid those points, you need the Valor to win by 4. They are still fighting for that. And on top of that, the closing total, 108.5. So we need about one more touchdown for all those who got in late on the over. But the opening total, we have officially gone over. Amazing what 2 MVP quarterbacks can do for some struggling offenses from last year, right?
That's a great point, too, because...
All right, guys, so we know sailed over the total. No problem there. 61-56, your final score. If you look at the way that the line moved in this one, Washington opened a 3-point favorite, closed as a pick. So the dog players there with the Baltimore Brigade get the cash. Got a little nervous when it was the onside kick, and if you got the +3, you were looking good, but the pick wasn't. But ultimately, the Brigade pull it out, and all the line moves in terms of the over and the line went towards the bettor's favor.
Jonathan, thank you very much. We look forward to... Happy to be joined live by Jonathan Von Tobel from Las Vegas. He'll be with us throughout today's game and give us those updates on the lines and the bets as this game goes on. And Jonathan, as you look at this matchup, how are you feeling about the Brigade and the Empire today?
The Albany Empire hit the road this week to take on the Baltimore Brigade. 6.5 points is the spread with Baltimore favored at home, total of 103. And we're going to ride the Baltimore bandwagon one more time. This offense has been phenomenal, led by reigning MVP Randy Hibbert. And the special teams has contributed quite a bit. 2 special teams touchdowns last week against Philadelphia. And if you look at the offense, 3 scores of 20 or more yards. It has been a fantastic start offensively for Baltimore. And I think that gets them the cover here as a 6.5-point favorite. Now, as for the total, the Albany Empire won offensively. Did not look great in week 1. Got shut out in the fourth quarter. They do get Joe Hills on the roster to help out with the offensive continuity, but I don't trust the offense quite yet. So we're going to go under the total, and it's not just the offense. The defense really slows down the pace. Held the Philadelphia Soul to just 7 points in the fourth quarter. Baltimore -6.5 and under on the total this weekend. Yeah, guys, the odds makers happy with the way this one played out. Opening point spread 6.5. Baltimore being favored, of course, you know they win by just the field goal, so they don't cover. The Albany get the money in that regard, and it sails over. Opened at 103, came all the way down to 99.5, so a good day for the books. For your notes, Baltimore Brigade now 2-1 against the spread on this young season. The Albany Empire, they now get their first cover of the year, so they're 1-1 on the year in terms of against the number.
All right, Jonathan, appreciate the effort today in Las Vegas. And